Yeast spoilage. We have seen the mold spoilage, bacterial spoilage, and now it is the yeast spoilage. Yeast problems also occur in bakery products. Wild yeast include Trichosporon variable, Saccharomyces, Pichia, and Zygosaccharomyces produce spoilage. Saccharomyces species produce white spots in the bread and can lead to the term chalk bread. They produce white spots on the surface of the bread, and that bread that has been spoiled by the yeast is called as the chalk bread. Yeast problems in bakery products can be divided into two types: visible yeast, which grows on the surface of the bread, which produce white or pink patches, and the fermentative spoilage associated with alcoholic and essence odors and hence osmophilic yeast, right? So the visible yeast, they grow on the surface of the bread and they produce decoloration, while the fermentative spoilage causing yeast, they produce alcohol and also essence odors and thereby cause spoilage. Mold spoilage in bread is a serious economic concern. Yeast is also a mold. Losses due to mold spoilage vary between 1 and 5% of products depending upon the season, type of the product, and method of processing. For example, toxigenic aspergillus flavus has been isolated from 3 to 15 home stored bakery products and toxigenic penicillium species. So the regular products that we purchase or prepare and store at home, they have been contaminated, and it was found that the molds such as aspergillus and penicillium were isolated from home stored products. Several species of penicillium produce mycotoxins, including Penicillium chrysogenum. Microbial growth in the bakery products can be controlled by a method called as reformulation. Reformulation involves the reduction of the available water content in the bakery products in order to extend the shelf life. So the reduction in the water content of the bakery product will reduce the water availability to the microorganisms, and the microorganisms may not grow in the bakery products if the water content is less. Reduction in product water activity can be achieved by dehydration. Dehydration is the method of removal of water from the baked products. This can take place either through evaporation or through freeze drying. Freeze drying is a process where the product is frozen and dried, where the water content is removed, or by high osmotically active additives. You can use a sugar solution or a salt solution into the food in order to prevent the activity of the microorganism. And the degree of water activity reduction is of practical significance in making the food non-perishable. So if the water amount or the amount of water in the baked product is less, the growth of the spoilage microorganism also will less, and this will reduce the spoilage of the baked products. The response to the given degree of water activity varies greatly among microorganisms in different environments. Water contained in solutions of sugars and the salt becomes unavailable to microbes due to the increased concentration of the crystalloids. So when the sugar solution or the salt solution is there, the amount of solute will be more when compared with that of the solvent. And the solvent, which is in the form of water, will be made unavailable to the microorganisms. And the microorganisms cannot grow in such environment. Furthermore, microbes are directly damaged because of the highly concentrated salt and sugar. This may be due to adverse influence because of the lowered water availability on all the metabolic activities, since all the chemical reaction of the cells require an aqueous environment. The environment that is conducive for the microorganism is that they need a water or they need moisture. So when that is not available, the growth of the microorganism and also the metabolic activities of the microorganisms uh, are prevented to a great extent. Control of mold growth in bakery products relies on maintaining sufficiently low water activity. So the low water activity is indicated as AW, and the quality of product and the change when the water content is reduced, the quality of the product may also deteriorate. That is, when the product is dehydrated, the shape and the structure of the product may undergo certain changes. And when dehydration is done to the baked products, care should be taken to see that the structure of the baked product is not distorted. Freezing has been used since ancient times for preserving the baked products, particularly the cream filled products, because the cream filled products contain more of sugar. Quick freezing is important in controlling the formation of ice crystals. So, during the freezing of the baked products, the quick freezing method should be used. That is, they should be frozen at a very low temperature. When they're frozen at a very low temperature in a very short period of time, then it is called as the quick freezing process, because it will prevent the formation of ice crystals. And if it is gradually frozen, if the product is gradually frozen like we do it in the refrigerators, then ice crystals would be formed. And when the ice crystals are formed, the rate of freezing is lower, and the large ice crystals can interrupt or disrupt the membrane and internal cellular structure. Cakes, cookies, shortcakes, and pancakes are all commonly frozen and marketed in the frozen form. Bread has been held fresh for many months while it was stored at a temperature of minus 22 degrees centigrade. Frozen bread stales very slowly. Staling is spoiling very slowly. The lower the temperature, the more slowly it stales. Bread frozen quickly after baking by the quick freezing method and held for 1 year at a temperature of minus 18 degrees centigrade was equivalent in softness to fresh bread that was baked 2 days back and held at 20 degrees centigrade. So even if the bread is stored for up to 1 year at minus 18 degrees centigrade, the bread was good. It looked good, and also it tasted good, and all the properties of the bread were good. And freezing can be adopted as one of the method for preventing the spoilage in baked products. Other methods such as preservatives can also be used. Preservatives are most commonly used to control the mold growth in the baked products. The Code of Federal Regulation defines preservatives as any antimicrobial agent used to preserve food by preventing growth of microorganisms and subsequent spoilage. So, any chemical that prevent the growth of microorganism is called as a preservative. There are two classification of preservatives. They may be chemical or natural. Permitted chemical mold inhibitors in bread include the acetic acids, sorbic acid, propionic acid, and the salts, which can be used in the preparation of bread to prevent the mold growth. And there are also natural food preservatives, and they include the cultured products, raisins, and vinegar. Effect of biopreservatives. Biopreservative is the latest technology that is evolving in the preservation of the baked products. In the recent years, the biopreservatives, that is, the use of one microorganism to control the growth of another microorganism, is called as biopreservation. So this can be used to control the growth of other microorganism or the metabolites that are produced by those microorganisms, and it helps to extend the shelf life or the keeping quality of the baked products. Lactic acid bacteria has been used as a biopreservation agent. They have been used for centuries as starter cultures in food industry. What is a starter culture? Starter culture is where a microorganism is introduced into the food to produce certain action. Like we add curd to prepare curd. A starter culture is a dough that contains the microorganism, and that microorganism is capable of producing fermentation in the dough. And they produce several bioactive molecules such as the organic acids, fatty acids, and hydrogen peroxide and bacteriocins. So the starter cultures, if they are used in the preparation of the baked products, they produce several organic chemical compounds and which have antifungal activity. So when particularly the lactic acid bacillus is employed as a biopreservative, they have antifungal activity. The effect of different sourdough produced with Lactobacillus plantarum and Lactobacillus alimentarius was studied, with antimicrobial activity on the inhibition of rope-forming bacillus strain in wheat bread. So we have already studied about the ropiness in bread that is produced by the bacillus. So this rope-forming mold can be controlled by using sourdough for fermenting the bread, which contains Lactobacillus plantarum and Lactobacillus alimentarius. So when these two microorganisms are introduced as a culture in the sourdough, they can prevent the growth of the other bacteria which cause the rope formation in bread. There are several strategies in extending the microbiological shelf life of the bakery product. The first is to prevent post-baking contamination. Access to molds to baked products can be minimized by screening post-bake, pre-packaged areas of the bakery. So there are several areas in a baking unit where the raw materials are stored, the pre-preparation, and then the baking process. After the baking process is done, the baked products are cooled, and then later they are packaged. If these areas are separated from one each other, cross-contamination may not take place. This prevents the airborne mold spores from accessing the baked products. And there are now new innovative technologies like baking in pack. The baked products, they are packed in films, in wrappers, and then they are baked so that it is not exposed to the environment at all. And it is also baked in aseptic, in environment that are aseptic, or it can be, or aseptic packaging can be done in filtered air environments. So the air itself is filtered. So the area where the packaging is done, the air is filtered, there are no spores, there are no microorganisms, and thereby spoilage may not take place. So we have seen about the various spoilages that takes place in the baked products due to the growth of microorganisms, and we have also seen some methods in preventing the growth of microorganisms or in preventing the spoilage of the baked products. Thank you.